Hello, and welcome back to ASM Arbitrary. Today, I'm just going to be doing a little painting new to this whole ASMR business. And we'll be figuring out this channel as we go. For now, I'm just going to be having a little fun with it and seeing which direction it takes us. So, sit back, relax. You can close your eyes if you like. We'll just be painting a few small figures today. This first one is just a little tree. Let's see what else we have available. We have a little fire that we'll be painting up. Put that there for now. We also have this little log just sitting on some rocks out in the forest. We have a well. Where all the local village people can get their water. And an old piece of wall, something you might find traveling down the road, left over from an old fortress or something like that. You know, a small little bridge dock. I don't know if that one is missing as part of the design or if it broke off somewhere along the way. But for our purposes, that doesn't matter. We're just going to be painting. We have a little, I don't know if it's a cave or a tent. I can't quite tell. It does look like there's a little fire inside, but that could be a person who maybe parts have broken off. I'm unsure. And we have these stones, something you might expect to find in a cave. Some crystals growing out of the ground. Small old pillar with what looks like some vines growing on it. Just waiting to be painted. A larger stone. Looks like it's supposed to be magical. So there are some divots there that sort of look like runes you might see in a game. Box of barrels. Great for any shipping dock. Oh, didn't realize that piece comes off. Something you'd see in a storehouse or on a dock or anywhere really. Barrels can be extremely useful. This could be a crate, could just be a stone pillar. I believe it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think that one's just going to depend on how we paint it, what we want it to be. Maybe an old box sitting, or a little stone pillar, just the bottom section. Maybe they used to put a wood beam through there. That's long since rotted away. And very last, it's just a little pile of stones. Now, I don't know if we'll get through all of these today. I'm not sure. I have never painted these little objects before. I have wanted to get into painting, and why not? I only have 2 brushes today, which is fine. You don't need a lot to get started with painting. Nobody's very good at it when they first start anyways. And I found some leftover paints I had. There's not a lot. We don't have all the colors. We'll be working with what we have. Looks like we have black there, dark brown there. This appears to be a maroonish red. This is more of a vibrant orange, almost like an autumn leaf. You have some grayish tan. And this is also orange, but it appears to have a little bit more darkness. This one is a red, and so is this. They are just slightly off from each other. That could be great for painting the flame. And we have a pink. Pink could be good. The runestone here. Maybe just outline the room itself. We have a blue and another blue. Guess it shows up better in this camera, but as you can see, this is a slightly darker, almost purplish blue. This is a much lighter light blue. Then we also have this green. This is a deep forest green. It'll be good for any of the grasses or anything like that. These two here are very similar. This one is more of a gray. Well, this is almost a gray too. It's just has more of a blue tint to it. And we have sandy sort of tan and another brown. This brown and this brown look largely the same. It's hard to tell. And I have just an old rag to clean my paintbrush with. Tore that out of an old shirt that was stained. Why waste the shirt? I may as well. Oh, it appears I missed 2 objects. Looks like road sign. It's a little tattered. It's a nice little road sign. And have an archway left over from some abandoned castle that's fallen apart, perhaps. And very last, cup of water for cleaning the brushes. As I said, I don't think we'll be getting through all of these. Let's get started and get through just a few, at least. Let's decide where we want to start and what we want to do. I think this roadside would be the best place to start. So, that is what I'll be doing. Now, as I've said, never been much of a painter. I've had my hands on ink and paper before, but that is largely the limit of my experience. So, the best place to start, I believe, would be just to put down a base layer of brown right here. Just cover the sign itself, and then set it off to the side to dry, and grab another one. Once the brown is dried, maybe we can put a base on the bottom. We'll see about that. We are not quite there yet. So, which brown should I use? How does that show up on camera? I think number 2 here is going to be the winner. So, what kind of place do you think you might find this sign? Just looking at it and trying to picture in your head where it may have come from. What is the first kind of place that you imagine? Appears some of my paints may have dried. I'll be making slow improvements on this channel and getting better equipment each week. This week I got a nice stand for my phone so that it could sit upright better and be more stable than the last video. I should have a new microphone next week. Should assist with the audio quality. But slowly but surely, you will get this channel to something that seems much more professional. Something you can count on to be there when you're getting ready to wind down have a nice, relaxing morning. Hmm. What do you think might be written on a sign like this? You think this would be a crossway telling people that there was a shelter nearby, or a town, or maybe this marks the way to the well we'll be painting shortly. Hmm. Signs, unmarked signs, a very strange energy about them. They can go anywhere. They could be anywhere. It is impossible to tell. That's what the sign is for. And if the sign isn't telling you, then there's no way to know. I'm going to let that first layer dry a bit and move on to the next piece. I think we'll stick with the brown for a minute. This one will require more detail as we go along. But for now, a base of brown. Looks like I missed a spot. Let's go ahead. Those spots covered up a little. But this one, actually, this would be a good time to use the wide brush stroke. I think this would do well with a full layer of brown to start. I'd like to come in with some silver for the rings, but for now, let's just get a base layer we can add to, covering this entire piece. The ridges are large enough that it shouldn't be an issue. I shouldn't lose track of where we can add detail later. So let's just cover it for now. Let's just keep going. As I've said, I've never really been a painter. I have always liked acquiring new skills. And if there's one thing I've learned about acquiring a new skill, is you have to start being not very good at it. And that is where a lot of people tend to give up and return back to the things they know they're good at. But that is not what we'll be doing today. We will be learning a new skill, which means pushing forward, even if it's kind of bad. You never really know how unless you start by being a little bad at it first. Now, we'll let those two dry for a minute, and we'll move on to maybe a different color. Now, that fireplace, I do want to work on this fireplace, but what color should we make the stones? Think maybe start with this gray and maybe dust some black on the inside to show that it's been burnt. Let's give that a shot. Let's see what that looks like for us. Need to wash my paintbrushes because I don't know if I washed them earlier. I always give all my equipment a good wash at the end of a project. But in the middle of a project, I just get a little messy. That's what art is supposed to be. It's just a little bit of mess. And sometimes, if you're lucky, something good can come out of it. So, you just continue on, not knowing until you know. Until you can sit back and look at it and determine whether or not you're happy with what it looks like when you're done. So we'll just keep going, keep painting, keep making some mistakes. Nature is full of mistakes. If you don't have any, then whatever you're making will hardly look natural. And is why it is always best to keep moving forward, just like a tree continues to grow. The grass doesn't complain if it's born in a verdant field, or if it has to push its way through the cracks of the concrete. It doesn't ever question where it is. It just goes. There we are. Let's get this flame painted a little. I'm going to add some orange to it, but for now, I am just going to get the red. We'll get the red covering the flame, and then we'll set that off to dry for a moment. Maybe go back to the sign. The sign is likely dried by now. is something we'll find out in just a moment. Once we are done here, getting the first layer onto this flame. And this one is almost ready. Yeah, that's ready to sit off to the side and dry. Try to, you won't keep your hands very clean as you paint, as you can already see, but wiping them down in between can help from colors transferring from one object to another. That sign is not quite dry yet, so let's pick something else and we'll work on this as the sign dries. We'll make a little line so we don't lose track of where we are. Now we used this sort of silverish, gray silver almost for the fire pit. So for this wall, I think I'm going to go with more of this sandy brown. Let's try that and see how that looks on this wall. If I wasn't looking at them both right now, I would say it's almost the same, but this is certainly much more of an earthy color. Just something that does fit this stone wall in the middle. Maybe just a bit more weather, a bit more, this stone wall, we can certainly keep adding details. That's the key to painting. You'll never be able to create a true one-to-one with life. But if you can recreate the feeling of real life, that is the goal. That is what people look for when they are looking at your art. Some feeling of reality, a little suspension, disbelief, something to take them away from this world. Just a moment so that they can experience another time, another place, whatever it may be. This is supposed to be much more relaxing, something you can just sit back and listen to. Maybe watch your eyes, whatever you want to do. I'll never know. I think I am going to cover this whole piece, plant some grass at the bottom and the end, but for some reason I feel like this whole piece should just get a base of this paint before I move to the next. Now, in the spirit of imagining, do you think this old wall used to be part of? You think it may have been an old castle wall, or maybe it was a fort, or maybe it was just some old inn on the side of the road, long since abandoned, cast away, serving only as a small landmark to the locals that says, yes, you are passing by the wall that you've been walking past since you were young. You are at this part of the road. Something very simple, just like that. Alright. And just sort of looking at the time, almost takes 5 minutes to set a base on one of these. Though I may have spent more time here than the rest. Certainly won't have enough time to get to everything. So, instead of going back for now, maybe we'll just keep moving forward and we'll see about just doing the first base today. Maybe each video will add a little more to each piece. This one, the crystal, picturing something you might find deep in a cave, glowing with lights, showing you the way through. Perhaps some sort of magic, perhaps just an oddly colored stone, a rare mineral that most would never see. But the adventurous spirit diving into a cave definitely could find something like this. It's always interesting about adventuring around. It's all the things you find that you may not have and you stayed home. All the different perspectives of life that are invisible to you until you go out and find them. This is certainly something you might find in the real world, but it would look so out of place to see large pink crystals jutting out of the ground. This was definitely something that would surprise most to see out in the wild. Something like this could exist. You'd never know unless you looked. So sometimes it's best, no matter what's going on, to just go outside, walk down a street you've never walked down, just go to a place you may have never seen before. Just get out and get away and try something new. Go ahead and let that one set for a bit. Maybe, yeah, this sign is mostly dry now. I did want to give the ground a bit more detail. I think this forest green would be the perfect next layer. Just have to take a look, as I can see stones all around it, with little pieces of grass as well. You can see the grass on the camera. I think it might be easiest to cover everything when I have to with green, and then come back, maybe a gray or an orange or maybe a mix, and get the rest of the stones, and then maybe try to add some little names to the side. I'm not sure how well I can write that small, but it is something I am certainly willing to try. That is what I am here, just to try new things and see what goes. Alright, I think we'll leave the sign from there. That is good enough for me for now. I think, yeah, flame is dried enough. I think I'm going to add some brown to the wood and the fire. We'll come back in a bit just sort of keep adding until we look like we're never really done. Nobody's ever truly done. It's just the point where you decided to stop. And this fine or truly fully accomplish anything. There aren't billions of people and thousands of years so that you can accomplish everything today. You're just supposed to keep adding to the great tapestry of humanity, a great painting of life. So, oh, well, this is what I meant. The equipment is not the best. I'll need to pick up some more. I intend to continue making painting. Those barrels seem good enough. Let's add some stripes to them. Well, definitely not precise enough to get what I wanted there, but you can make it work. Just move. Nothing has to be perfect. It is better to do something poorly than to sit back, never doing anything at all. And whatever you're thinking about doing, something that you may have wanted to do for a long time, or maybe just thought of today, I'm going to take this moment to encourage you to do it, even if it comes out terribly, even if you mess up. Whatever happens doesn't matter. You just have to keep trying. For instance, paint is not dried down here. I'm afraid I've mixed two colors and gotten some inside here. So just remove that to save the rest of the paint. And we will keep moving forward. Now, I believe all of these here are a little wet right now. I don't think, well, let's not talk about maybes. Let's just stick with today. Let's just get a few bases down. If this is going to take some time, we'll just do a part 2 video. where we'll come back and we'll finish these up. Now I don't know how this will look. I just, oh, well, doesn't appear I'll be using that paint at all. Some of it is completely dried out. Hmm. So odd it's been dry. Certainly have to go pick up some more. There, done. It has a hat. Actually, I might keep that and add that at the end. It's odd. It doesn't really fit, but that is fine. Hmm. Looks like both of my oranges are dried out. Well, let's try my reddish orange. Let's see. Oh, let's see how this looks. It should be fine to start. Pick up more paints before I paint again. Probably some more brushes too. And we'll just look and see what to do. As we keep moving forward, our little little moment to relax together. Just working away. One little piece at a time. That's all we can do. So, that's all we will do. What do you folks think about this color here? You like it? A bit too much. I think this rune stone, I'm going to do a few layers on. And in the end, this orange will just sort of be peeking through under everything else. We will see together how exactly it all goes. For now, let's just get them started. Yes, I don't have a lot of time left today, so let's just put the base down on one more. Let's try some black stone on this gentleman and see how the black looks. So it is not dry. stone. It is not. It's this one. Yeah. That one is not dried out. So we will just continue and get this guy taken care of. That seems to be the best way to do this. You know, it's been a long time since I've taken the time to just sit down, relax, paint. But I almost forgot just how relaxing it can be, especially when you don't come in with the idea to make a masterpiece. You just coming in to change the colors on a page, or I guess some little plastic figurines in my case. It's fine, whatever you want to do. It is fine. When we were children, we weren't trying to paint masterpieces. We were drawing stick figures and laughing. That, to me, is the real soul of art. Just enjoy your time making little changes that could not have existed, and you chosen not to do it. Just participate as a member of this world and to move on and grow, and maybe one day to go back and see all the little changes you made that you may have completely forgotten about. I like how that one's looking with the base layer already. Definitely going to be adding more color to the bottom. But for now, I'm liking where this is going. This has been a decent little amount of time. I have very much enjoyed. Thank you all for swinging in today. Let's just take a look at how far we've come, just lazily painting. This fireplace is almost done. I'll just be filling in the center with black. These be doing silver lining for the bands once it fully dries. For this, we're just going to keep adding little details and playing with the paint just seeing how it turns out slowly over time. This really just needs the stones to be colored, maybe some names painted onto the sides themselves. This, I do want to paint the mortar between the bricks, maybe some dirt on the ground. It looks like this half is stony and more nature filled, while this one was the inside of the old building. This, I think I'll just add other shades of brown and black. These two will largely be played with in the same way. I will just mix colors and see what looks good together. It's nice to have one on the dark side of the spectrum and one on the light. Our runestone. We'll keep slowly adding to our runestone to make it look more and more pretty. But appears to be all the time we have for the day. I will leave these to finish painting them. The next painting video, maybe here in a few weeks. For now, I think we'll just close up and get ready to say goodbye. Thank you for stopping in to ASM Arbitrary, and I look forward to growing this channel slowly but surely. You all have a good night or day.